It's you! And I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? Well, why do you always show up? Dick? Whenever something bad happens, you show up. I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here, really? Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Okay. Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember it, right? Yeah, remember Dick. Alright, Pearls, remember to call him Dick every time you see him. And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Nice, nice one, Maya. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, good to see you again too, I guess. So none of this stuff has changed. This is all the same as before, right? Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name, Edigo. It's just Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know about that. Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask. I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen. The scene of the crime? You mean here, right? Wrong! The urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse? That guy! It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swell head, thinking that he's an ace detective. Ace detective? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this mask, the mask. Is he famous? Nani? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. But sliced bread isn't hot. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. What? But underneath those disguises is the true Master Mask. So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh? And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lonely Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. Nani? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn. Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals... Before? He sends his calling card before he steals something. Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up. So, what's he like? Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back. Wow! That is impressive all by himself. Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal, maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy. But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief. Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now looking for clues. So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? The Ace Detective probably is Master Mask. So what's this calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone, it's top secret, okay, pal? What's this mark on the front? That's Master Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it is mark. Okay. All of his calling cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the news flash. We are withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem. Calling card entered the call record sent before a heist. The emblem is top secret, right? That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Thanks, I guess. Court record. To the security at Lordly Taylor, I'll be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Curain exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Master Mask. Alright. I'm gonna present some stuff to him. To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me. What's that? All the other items that were stolen by Master Mask were ones even I had heard of. They were all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Emanon, or the Crown of Bongora. What the hell are those? The Sacred Urn of Curain is famous too, right, Pearly? Of course! Everyone in Curain Village knows about it. Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Alright, doesn't know anything about that. Hey, I still have this! I still have the Magatama. Huh. October 12, Lordly Taylor, basement warehouse. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air-conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos! Huh? What the heck does that mean? He's Master Mask. Come on, he's obviously Master Mask. I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Silence! LeMayo! Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What do you see? Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes! That's scary! How did you know that? I mean, you're wearing the spirit medium. I've got a attorney's badge on my lapel, and you're wearing a spirit medium costume. How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. What? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. No, doesn't make any sense. I'm a traveler of both time and space and a swimmer of dreams. No, you're not. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman. And introduce myself. The name is Atmey. Look at me. Oh, it's look at me, okay. Look at me. Ace Detective. Oh, hi. So he's the distraction. Master Mask. He's probably Master Mask too, but he's like the distraction to distract you away from the thief. And he's called Look at Me. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney! I'm Maya Fey. Ace Spirit Medium. And I'm Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice. Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? No. Game? What is the phrase one short of a One shot of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy. Wait, one short of a baker's dozen is a dozen. A baker's dozen is 13. One short of a baker's dozen is a dozen. It means he's all there. So, a baker's... I mean, this should be common knowledge. A baker's dozen is 13 because when you bake bread, they don't always turn out correct. So you bake 13, and if one of the buns don't turn out correct, you have 12 good buns to sell. What is going on here? Tisk, Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such crude behavior. Huh? What do you mean? This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atmey, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs. Could you translate that for me, Nick? I think he's pretty much said don't touch anything, amateurs. If there's something you wish to know about, you have but to ask at me. I know everything that is to know about my rival, Master Mask. Yeah, no, you are Master Mask. What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information, stuff that only a real crime buff would know? I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. So, I can see... Alright, he won't let me do anything. Huh. There's paint there, there's paint there. The sword broke off from Atmey's statue. And the urn was in here. The urn was in here, but you notice that's locked, that's locked. And there's really no way to get inside. Ace Detective! So are you really as famous as you say? Of course, for a lawyer you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. Look at the length of his nose. It's pretty good. It's indicating that he's a liar, right? I had no idea anyone was left in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me! I mask the mask's arch enemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me. Yeah, no, he's... Well, maybe it's not Master Mask, because his nose would not fit behind the mask. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. I doubt it. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. No. Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I've been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask. With my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. That's not how that works. Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. Wait, what? Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask, and keep it simple, please. Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? Okay, dude. Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. What? I see, huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lord Lee Taylor? Naturally. Wherever Master Mask goes, you will find Atmey laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps? More like they masked out elegance to you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. He just called him Pinocchio. I first received the request for my services 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived. Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian Andrews for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. A calling card arrived, right? Yes, so ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him. Alone! Alone! But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Ridiculous! Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let the mask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of sight of others. Concealed? Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. Come on, he's so obviously the bad guy. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible! How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though no one came through those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose? That's just not possible. His nose is so big. So I need to present something to him to get something from him. Present urn. Do not fear, young lady. I promise I shall retrieve your urn. Thank you, Detective Atmey. I'm counting on you. The final round between Detective Atmey and Master Mask is set to begin. Still, there's something funny about this guy. Yeah, but don't forget he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist. Yes, I even have a video that details my role in the whole affair. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can I interest you in a copy? Yeah, give it to me. No, yes, take it! Master Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch-rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top-secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer and ace spirit medium and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed, I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us ever. Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you two are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would say that exactly. Yes, right! We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return them to my office. Return them to my office? My Office of Earthly Delights, the Atmey Detective Agency. What? Office of Earthly Delights? Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you excuse me, I have much to do. Wait a minute! He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office too. Take me with you. No, no. Pearl, you are not old enough to go to anywhere that has any sort of earthly delights in it. No earthly delights for you for another 10 years, Pearl. It's a security camera trained on the big door to the storeroom. It's set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of that door and they'll snap your photo too, Pearly. Mr. Meyer, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this! Hey Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer! A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name. Okay. It looks like this computer is for storing data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the trap that the detective set up. Let's see if we can find the last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask! Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. It's hard work, driving a mouse. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-end stuff, Nick. Or high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Camera data added to the court record. The warehouse camera went off once at around 1 AM on the night of the crime. But I didn't get the photos. That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it, there may be clues to the thief's identity on there. Grr. I worked so hard to make that box. You made that box? Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Fey Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Mask had taken the box too. Alright, so she made a box for it. It's not that bad. At least it's roughly square. Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Shito. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese, or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy. One hit 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it sell like hotcakes. No. There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. This sword, wasn't Mystic Atmey holding it last night? Yes, she was. Ah! And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night like it is now. You're right! Awesome, Pearly, I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atmey smashed Master Mask with it. Like this! What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My hair! Shichishito added to the court record. Ceremonial sword held in the hand of Atmey Faye's statue wasn't bent before the crime. Alright, well. We don't want to look at burgers. Look what you did, Nick! You spilled paint over here. Oh wait. Wait, look, there's the square. The paint was spilled after the box was put down. I didn't do that. Well, if it wasn't here last night, I would have noticed I would have noticed the color this outrageous. But this paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast, besides I told you it wasn't me. It looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. Wait. It's been several days since it was spilled? But it wasn't here last night. Hey, look at this! What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain. Ah, you're right. I wonder what it could be. It was spilled last night. It's already dry. It says organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? This statue of Mystic Atmey is so cool! I want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office. Hey, it's Wright & Co. How about a gold statue of me? Oh, Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? What is it, Pearls? The statue of Mystic Atmey, was this where it was last night? No. Ah! I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. It's on the wheels, so it's not that hard to push it around. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya and Miss Andrews said we are not allowed in there. But also, how did he get the urn out?